Hey, what's up guys? I'm BTC. D.Va is getting a massive change very soon. Now, I don't know exactly if this is a buff or a nerf or maybe just like a sideways kind of redesign, but fact remains, D.Va players are definitely going to have a drastic change to the playstyle of their character. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe because anytime stuff like this changes, I'll make a video and let you guys know as soon as it happens. So subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any of it. Alright, so over on the official Overwatch forums, Jeff Goodman, the principal designer, was responding to some D.Va questions, and he said, actually, we've made some significant changes to D.Va internally and have been testing them for a while now. Here are the changes we've made. Defense matrix, energy drain increased by 2 times. This means her effective uptime for this ability has been reduced by 50%. Boosters. D.Va can now use her fusion cannons while firing, so that's just her standard left click. Normally, when you would use the left click, it would just make you stop boosting. You can still cancel it by using the boost button again, but this means that you can shoot while boosting now. And, this is the big one, a new ability, micro missiles. D.Va launches a salvo of small missiles that explode on impact, dealing damage in a small radius around them. This ability can be used while using her other abilities or while firing her fusion cannon. So similar to how Orisa can fire off her alternate fire while she's shooting her main cannon, this is what D.Va will be able to do with her micro missiles. So continuing on, he says, the combination of these changes allow her to play more aggressively and deal more damage, at the cost of being able to defense matrix as often as before. Defense Matrix still remains an extremely powerful tool when timed correctly, but the reduced uptime means D.Va won't be able to use it nearly as often overall. Her new Micro Missiles ability, in combination with her ability to fire while flying, allow for some more aggressive play, as well as opening up some new options versus heroes such as Pharah. Overall, the goal here is to reduce her reliance on Defense Matrix and make her more fun to play. As far as balancing goes, we want to nerf Defense Matrix as an ability, not D.Va as a hero. She has been a ton of fun to play with these changes, and we're looking forward to letting you guys play with them as well. Hopefully, we'll have a new PTR up soon. Alright, so every character in Overwatch has a limited number of abilities. This is based on the fact that there's really only 3 buttons that you can press. You got Shift, you have E, and you have right click. Q is obviously going to be your ultimate, that's the same for everybody, and left click is going to be your standard fire. So you only have those 3 things. D.Va, for the entire time she's been in the game, has only actually ever had 2 things. It was her boosters and the defense matrix. So now she can use that extra button, which is what they're adding for the micro missiles. So we don't know exactly how the micro missiles are going to work yet, but the fact that it's plural could be a little misleading. See, there are really 2 different ways that they could handle it. The first is kind of like Pharah, where she fires out a ton of missiles, but each one of them does damage and they kind of spread it out over an area. Or they could treat it like Soldier 76 and his Helix rocket. A lot of people think that the Helix rocket is just 1 rocket, but it's not. It's actually 3 little rockets, and if you watch his highlight intros, you can see that there's 3 little rockets that come out and they start spinning around and stuff, but technically the game treats it as if it's only 1 attack. So, does that mean that D.Va's micro missiles are going to be like Pharah, or are they going to be more like Soldier? So my bet is that the micro missiles are probably going to be more like Pharah's ultimate. I think they're going to be limited to a short to medium range. They're probably going to self-detonate after a certain distance, so that way you can't like fire them all the way across the map. Also, I think there's going to be a bit of a spread on them, so each little missile is going to do damage. And if you're really up close to somebody, then you can hit them all with them. Or if you're a little bit further back, then only a couple of them are going to hit. Now, the standard rocket damage in Overwatch is 120. So if the micro missiles are treated as 1, I fully expect it to be 120 damage. If they're spread out and each one does its own little damage, it's probably going to be between 150 and 200 total damage, but it's going to be spread out over an area, so you're not just going to be able to constantly hit one person with all of that damage. Like, they're probably going to take like half that. So how are these changes going to affect D.Va? Is this basically giving her the Roadhog treatment? Is she going to be garbage now? I don't think so, but it definitely means that D.Va is no longer a tank. If she only has a very minimal amount of defense matrix, that is not enough to actually defend your team. So this is definitely going to move D.Va from the tank category to the unofficial bruiser category, where it's a high health character that focuses more on doing damage than trying to protect your teammates. So this is going to be a totally different playstyle. This is actually going to be a lot more like what D.Va originally was, because when she first came out, her defense matrix wasn't on a meter. It was, you just clicked it, and then it would last for a certain amount of time, and then that was it, and it was put on cooldown, and then you would try it again. And it made defending your teammates basically garbage and not possible. So they changed it to the metered system, so now you can turn it on and off and on and off, and actually defend your team. D.Va was firmly in the tank category, because right now on the live server, D.Va has 4 full seconds of defense matrix, and it takes 10 seconds to actually recharge that meter all the way back up. So what that means is, on the live version, D.Va can kind of toggle it on and off. She can use it a little bit here, a little bit there, or she can use it to fully absorb a lot of enemy ultimates, like Pharah, or McCree, or Soldier 76, stuff like that, even Bastion as well. So she can just hold out that defense matrix, and it really shuts down a lot of damage that's coming in. Some might argue that it shuts down the damage of the ultimates a little too much because it's too strong, but with this change, she is only going to have 2 seconds of defense matrix, and it takes 10 full seconds to recharge it. That is crazy. That is insanely nerfed into the ground. There is no way that you can toggle it on and off now anymore. Like, you're just basically going to use it, and then that's it. Like, once you toggle it on, just use it. It's just 2 seconds. I mean, that's the same duration as a Zarya bubble. With this massive nerf to defense matrix, there is just no way that D.Va can possibly defend her teammates anymore. And simply being in the way is not good enough to be a tank. If that was the case, then Roadhog would do amazing, right? But simply being in the way is not good enough to be a tank in this game. So with this defense matrix nerf, D.Va is going to have to focus a lot more on doing damage. And really, is she going to be viable? It's going to be entirely dependent on how good the micro missiles is. If she can use that and put out a lot of damage, then D.Va will still be viable. If it is just not good enough, then she's going to get the Roadhog treatment. She's going to go to the bottom of the barrel and keep him company and never be used again. So with this massive nerf to defense matrix, we're really going to have to wait and see just how good the micro missiles are. I mean, until we see the actual details of it, I can't tell you. I don't know, how this character is going to be after the change. So we're just going to have to wait for that. But as soon as that happens, I will let you guys know. What do you guys think about these changes? Are you afraid that D.Va is going to get the Roadhog treatment? Are you excited for the micro missiles? Let me know down in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server where you can join the community and find other players to group with. The link for that is in the description. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.